20 years, let that sink in. 20 years since a man left home and never come back. No goodbye, no confirmed sighting, no ending. Just a silence that somehow keeps getting louder. Because today, of all days, the guards are asking again. Do you know what happened to Martin Kelly? And when police reopen an appeal after 2 decades, that's not routine. That's a signal. That's them saying something still doesn't add up. So, let's rewind. It's the early 2000s. Northern Ireland is in that strange in between era. Not the worst years anymore, but still tense, still cautious, still the kind of place where people notice if you don't come home. Martin Kelly was an adult man, known to his family, known in his community. He wasn't transient. He wasn't someone who just drifted off the radar. He was he had roots, he had routines, he had people who expected to see him again. And then, just one day, they didn't. At first, it didn't look dramatic. No crime scene, no broken phone found in a ditch, no screaming headline. Just a man who didn't show up. And here is the thing that true crime always teaches us. Most disappearances don't start with panic, they start with excuses. He might be staying with someone, he probably just needed space, he'll turn up. Days pass, then weeks. Now people are worried. Family members do what family always do first. They ring round. Friends, neighbors, anyone who may have seen him, anyone who might know something small, because sometimes it is something small, but nothing comes back. Then that's when the guards get involved. Statements are taken, timelines are built. They ask the most basic but important questions. When was Martin last seen? Who was he with? Where was he going? And here is where the story gets uncomfortable. Because the trail doesn't just go cold, it almost stops. No confirmed sighting after his disappearance, no financial activity that clearly prove he started a new life, no clear evidence of an accident, no body, no answers. Which leaves investigators stuck in the worst place possible, the middle. Not enough evidence to say a crime happened, not enough evidence to say one didn't. Over the years, the guards follow up information. Tips come in. Some were hopeful, some went nowhere. Some sounded promising until they collapse under scrutiny. That's the reality of long-term missing person cases. Time doesn't just fade memories, it distorts them. People move away, people pass on, people forget details they once thought were nothing. And still, Martin Kelly did not return. No confirmed explanation ever replaced him. Fast forward to today. 2 full decades later, the police service of Northern Ireland issues a fresh appeal. Not vague, not passive, very clear. They are asking the public again for information about Martin Kelly's disappearance. That matter. Because police do not revisit cases like this unless they believe one thing. Someone knows something. Maybe someone stayed silent out of fear. Maybe loyalty stopped them. Maybe guilt did. Maybe they convinced themselves it was none of their business. Or maybe they were young back then and older now and finally ready to talk. The guards have acknowledged that relationship change over time. That's what felt dangerous to say years ago may feel different now. That even a small detail, a conversation overheard, a name remembered, a location that suddenly makes sense could matter. And here is the quiet truth nobody likes to say out loud. Most long-term missing person cases don't stay unsolved because the truth vanished. They stay unsolved because it's being held somewhere by someone. The community impact of this Disappearance like this is invisible but permanent. Families don't grieve properly. They hover, they wait, they live in a permanent question mark. Every anniversary hurts, every new year hurts, every time police reissue an appeal, hope and pain arrive together. For Martin Kelly's family, there was never closure, just endurance. And now, after 20 years, the guards are effectively saying, if you know something, now is the time. Not tomorrow, not someday, now, because time doesn't erase responsibility, it just delays it. And wherever Martin Kelly met with foul play, suffered an accident, or encountered something no one has yet explained, one thing is undeniable. He didn't choose to disappear from the people who loved him. Someone knows why he never come home. And cases like this don't end with explosion or dramatic confession. They usually end quietly with one person finally deciding to speak, one memory finally being shared, one truth finally being set down instead of carried. 20 years is a long time to wait, but sometimes it's exactly how long it takes for silence to crack. If you want fast updates on Irish true crime, subscribe. We cover everything before it hits mainstream headlines.